Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today I will show you how to create an OSP Civil Work order in Network Engineer environment. So first go to Work Order Manager, Network Engineer and Work Order Manager. So you will receive this form. You have to fill around 13 attributes. You have to fill or type, okay? You have to select or type 13 attributes, and for this you need some information from the ISO systems, like what is the host of the customer. Host means the exchange code. Exchange code is in the form of the standard codes which is being used in the STC. Like for ABHA it is 701-00-000. Okay, so when you get the host name or main exchange site ID from the ISO system, you will also receive what is the 4-character exchange code. Then also you need to find out the exchange name or the host name in English. Okay, 3 information you will fill, and also you will receive the work order number from the ISO system and the type of work order that you need to create in this work order form. Create work order form. There are 6 types of work order: OSP Civil, OSP Fiber, FTTH Cable Distribution, FTTH Civil Distribution, FTTH Civil Feeder, FTTH Cable Feeder. Okay, so as we fill the form correctly, we have the 13 parameters and the work order type. We will press the OK button and the system will take some time to create the work order. As soon as this work order is created, you will see the work order number in the title bar. Okay, here you go. Now you can see that there is a work order name or work order number is appearing at the title bar. So what we have to do now? Okay, first we will go to the customer location. Now where we find this customer location? Location means the GPS coordinates. These GPS coordinates we will find from the ISO system, and these coordinates will be verified by the contractor's surveyor. So when he will give us the correct coordinates, we will update these coordinates in the any system. We will use the tool button, go to XY, and we will type the coordinates and then zoom to the location. We can mark this location also with a green point. Now we will go in the tabs which is located in the table of contents, and we will select the models tab, and from the models tab we will click on the structure model, and in the types of models we will select the customer premises. We will double click, so it will appear in our model palette. So when we will click on this model palette, just observe that first the cursor is like an arrow, but after clicking, when we reach in the map view, it becomes a pink ball. Okay, so at our desired location we will click one time, so this customer premises structure will be placed there. Yes, so after we place the customer premises, we will open the attribute editor button, and we will give this customer premises a user label. Okay, for example, Ministry of Education Baha, Ministry of Education Jizan, and something like this, but usually it should be less than 50 characters. Okay, after we update the user label, okay, first as soon as we save the user label, it does not appear on the screen, so we have to use the pan button, which is a hand like button, and then just move a little our map view window, so the label will appear there. Now what we will do, we will locate according to the information provided by our surveyor that what is the nearest manhole or handhole from where we have to take new ducts to our customer. Also our surveyor or the project manager will tell us that after how many meters or at what turning we have to provide a two cover handhole, because if there are two turnings, two 90-degree turnings on the way, then we have to provide at least one handhole, otherwise cable pulling is not possible. So now we will select our span model. Okay, from the table of contents, the models tab, we will go to the span and we will select our appropriate model, for example conduit 3x2 HDPE pipe, and then we will click on the existing handhole. But make sure that when we click on the existing handhole, we receive a message called structure vertex. So we have created our desired span, and at the end of the span we will create another handhole to cover. Okay, so when this handhole to cover appears, then we will go again to the span model, and from structure vertex we will click, and then we will draw our line to the end point where we want to place another handhole. Okay, when we finish the sketch for a span, we press F2, and also at the end of the next span we will place another handhole. Okay, at the span end, not span vertex. Okay, so this handhole is also placed. Then another span is starting from the structure vertex and parallel to the parcel line, and we will finish here by pressing F2. See, finish sketch or F2. Then we will place another handhole at the end of the span. Okay, so same step we will repeat, whether it's a 500 meter job, whether it's a 50 kilometer job. These steps will be repeated again and again until we reach our customer location. Okay, so make sure that there should not be two 90-degree turnings in the span length. Span length can have only one 90-degree or one curve, not two curves. Okay, especially if it's a PVC pipe. So here we go, this is our final point, and we will also place a handhole. So it's a common practice that in front of a customer premises we place a handhole, so that in future if other customers are there, we can easily go from here. Now the last section, from the last handhole to the customer premises, we usually provide 1x2 HDPE pipe. Okay, but on the roads we normally provide 6 HDPE 32 mm pipes, but for customer we provide 1x2 32 mm HDPE pipe. So here we select our correct span model from structure vertex to structure vertex. Remember, when we finish the job, every span must have two structure. One is the from structure and the other one is the to structure. Okay, now what we will do, this is the most important step. First step was to draw the spans and place the handles. First step was to draw the spans and place the handles. Now second step is what? Second step is we will provide the user label and structure ID to all our new handholes. What is the second step? Second step is to provide the user label and the structure ID, two parameters. Okay, for each handhole we will update the user label like handhole 300, handhole 301, handhole 302. Handhole means HH, HH300, HH301, and the structure ID is the last 3 digit of the user label without HH. So for a handhole 300, the structure ID will be 300. For handhole 500, the structure ID will be 500. For handhole 411, the structure ID will be 411. So we will update all our new handholes with the user label and with the structure ID. So this is the second step. Okay, remember, first step was to locate the customer, place the customer premises, then locate the nearest handhole or manhole, draw our span lines, then place handholds, new handholds, then draw a span, then place handhold, then draw spans, place handhold until we reach the customer. So second step is select all our handholds one by one and give them in the attribute editor, give them user label and structure ID. For handhold, I repeat, the user label is HHXXX, where XXX is the handhold number and the structure ID is XXX. So we update the user label and structure ID for all our new handholds. Okay, as you update the values, these values will not appear on the screen unless you move the map to a little bit to the right, left, up or down by the pan tool button. Pan tool button is the hand shape button. Okay, so here we go. After that, now we have updated all the handholds. Now after that, we have to select all our spans, new spans that is, and then we will update the user label automatically. Okay, so go to the, if you want to select the spans only, just go to the selection tab in table of contents, and using selection tool, click, make sure that only span layer is checked, and then select all the spans. When all the new spans are selected, just press this update span button, yeah, this one, and press yes. So see, all the spans have now a user label. The standard format of the spans user label is from structure space to structure. So that's why we give or provided the user label to handholds, because if any handhold has a missing user label, the span user label will not be correct because it will come as a blank. Okay, after that, now we will select, now the span user label is updated. So what we will do, we can now create the span cross section view. Okay, how do we create this span cross section view? Yes, by clicking on this button, but make sure that all our new spans are already selected. So just click on the detailed view creation button on the OSP toolbar. This was the OSP toolbar, and press the detail view button, create detail view button, yeah, this one, and it will create the span cross section for all the new spans. So here we go, and just look at the title bar of the window. It says which spans view is being created. So if they are, you will appreciate that this is a customized tool made by STC development team. Before that, the designer has to create manually the view for each span. So for example, if there are 50 or 100 new spans, so you can see that how much time and effort the designer will be spared. Okay, now the system says it has created all the views for the spans. Okay, now save your edits, and now what you will do, you will select all your new handholds, because now we have to create the manhole layouts of all the new handholds. Okay, so I recap what happened. First step was to locate the customer, go to the customer location, place the customer premises model, locate the nearest handhold, draw the span lines, draw the new handholds, draw the spans, draw the new handholds until you reach the customer. Second step, select all the new structures, give them user label and structure ID. Third step was to select all the new spans, and on the OSP toolbar press the update user label button for spans. Then fourth step was to select all the spans and create the span cross section view or the detailed view. Now fifth step is what? We will select all our new handholds by make sure that the structure layer is selected, okay, and then press this same detailed view or cross section view button, okay, and just press this button. So it will create the manhole layout. This is the manhole layout of all the new handholds. You can say it is a handhole layout or manhole layout, but one word is used for both handhole and manhole. It is the manhole layout. This means that if you are placed inside, if you happen to go inside the handhole or manhole, there are 4 or 5 or 6 whatever type of the manhole, there are walls in the manhole. So in the walls, how you will see the holes? These holes are for the spans to go, okay. So now these manhole layouts are created for all the new handholds. Save your edits. And what will be the final step? Final step is to place all the spans into the walls of the handholds or manholes. Now, so what you have to do, this is, what is this step? This is step to place all the span cross section views into the manhole layout walls. This is most important and mostly mistaken step. Most of the designers mistake in this step. So what you will do, you will select each new handhole and select one duct, one span on the from side and the one span to side. Now you will open the Views Explorer button, which is next to the Attribute Editor button. Okay, what you will do, you will select your first handhole and all related spans. Open the Views Explorer button and make sure you click on the left side on the handhole and select the manhole layout. Yeah, double click here, so it will open the manhole layout of your handhole. Now see, these are the walls which are shown on a paper, okay. It is like a box which all sides are open and it is placed on a paper. Now the center box is the manhole floor, the right box is the right side wall, left side wall, top side wall and bottom side wall. So go to unplaced items and see there are two spans. One is the bottom side of the handhole or the bottom box is actually from the exchange side and the upper side is to the customer side. So you place the appropriate span in its right place. I repeat, the bottom box is from exchange side and the upper box is to the customer side. Now same thing we will do with the next handhole. Make sure both our spans are selected. Open the manhole layout of this handhole. Now the bottom side will contain unplaced item from exchange, okay, that's it, and the top side is towards customer. So which span is towards customer? It is clear by its name. Okay, second handhole is also done. Now we will go to our third handhole. Okay, we will repeat the same process. Make sure that when you select, when you have to create the when you have to place the span views or span cross section into the manhole layout, you must select both structure and spans. Now same thing, from exchange side will be at the bottom and towards customer side will come at the top. Close it. Similarly for the last handhole. Now the from side and to side, remember, click on the handhole, open the manhole layout, not cross section, manhole layout. Okay, go to unplaced item. Now the from side, from exchange side is this span. It will come, this is the towards customer, and this is from exchange. Okay, and close it. Now one span is left. What is that? We have to place our first span, which originated from the existing handhole or manhole, to the manhole layout of the existing handhole. See, we have placed our all ducts in all the new handholes, but we did not place our first span in the wall of the existing manhole from where we started our work. Okay, now we will do we deliberately ignore this step because I want to show you that this error will come. Okay, what we will do after that, select all the spans and update the measured length to the nearest round off figure. Usually the number should be higher. Okay, so 12.9 means 13, 13.4 means 14. I mean, if it is 13.4 or 14.4, you will round it to the upper next higher value. Okay, we updated, we saved our updates also from editor, save edits, and now we are running the QC tool. Click the work order and work order transfer to QC. Now let's see. I tell you that this error will come. Which error? The span cross section error for the first span which was connected with the existing handhole, because we did not place that new span in the wall of the existing handhole. Now it is checking all the spans. Now this QC tool is checking all the spans and checking all the association error and attributes error. There are two types of error: association error and attributes error. Okay, now it is checking each item that we updated or placed or created or modified. It is checking each item and then it will tell you where are the errors. Now the system said there are some errors. Okay, so we will check which errors are these. Now see, press OK, and then for each layer there are error categories. Okay, now just to move our window a bit and expand this. What is this? What it says? It says that there is an error related to this span number. Whenever we create something, the system gives it a unique ID number. So the first thing, it is a unique, you cannot modify that ID number, it is generated by the system. So that ID number is, this is the ID number which the QC tool told us, and this is the span which is in error, and this error means it is not placed in the wall of the existing handhole. Okay, so what we will do, we will select this handhole only and we will select our new span only. Two items we will select, this handhole or manhole, and select our new span, and then we will open the Views Explorer button. Okay, and where we will put our this new span, in the existing, in the upper side. Why? Because our new span is going towards customer, not coming from. Okay, the coming from side is different. So select the existing manhole and open our Views Explorer and double click on the manhole layout line. See, so our unplaced item, unplaced, not placed, unplaced, go to unplaced, because we did not place it, that's why it is in unplaced category. Open it, spans, yes, and this span will go to the top box. Here you can place anywhere. Okay, now close this, save edits, and run the QC tool again and check if there exists any error. Yes, work order transit to QC. Now I repeat all the steps. First step, create the work order. Use the go to XY button to locate your customer. From the Models tab, select the customer premises model, place that model on the desired GPS location, give it a user label. Then from the models tab in the table of contents, select the span, correct model, whatever you want, and then locate the existing handhole or manhole, and from that structure vertex draw your span to a desired length as told by your manager or project manager or design QC engineer, and place this. Finish sketch by F2, then place. See, there is no error. Okay, so that error is also gone. Okay, so these are the steps. Draw the spans and handholes. Now select all the handholes, give them user label, then select all the spans, give them user label by OSP toolbar button, then make the span views or cross section, then select all the handholes, give them user label and structure ID, then same,